Good luck.
Hey guys, welcome to the Game Addicts podcast, the show where we talk about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect. I'm your host, Brando, right along with this podcast player too, Mike.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good.
Awesome. Great show for you guys today. Again, news is kind of slow, and well, we've done two of them now, but last week we did the PlayStation retrospective. We did something like on the PSP as well, and I like those episodes because we take a step back from what's going on and let's reminisce, Well, we can't do it all the time, so obviously, I mean, we have a lot of stuff that we can potentially do.
Are you sure that's on that system?
I don't know, Mike. Is it? Now,
I just hang my head in shame.
No, see, we could have gone back and edited that out, but you know what? I'm all for
It adds some flavor.
Well, yeah, sure, there's jokes, but I mean, it's just a mistake. One cannot be expected to remember what every game was on every system. It's difficult sometimes, even for me, to think back. I played this game. What system was it on?
Right.
Especially when, like, for example, it's probably more relevant in like the modern era. But when you have like the move from PS3 to PS4, really isn't all that extreme. As far as gameplay elements or the big graphical jumps.
Well, the graphical jumps is the lighting. For sure, lighting is the jump.
But I mean, in 20 years from now, when we go to think back, what system did I play? Like, what did I play,
The most.
or where did I play a certain game? And so, like, when you messed up and said, dead to rights, I mean, granted, we were going through... You said you didn't have time to make a list, and I told you this on Mondays.
I know, but I was busy every day. I ran around.
You couldn't get 5 minutes.
I need more than 5 minutes. Obviously, look what happened in the last 5 minutes. I tried to do it, and I got the wrong game.
Well, I mean, when we talk about the GameCube, you better put that game on there because you're going to put it on this one.
Yeah, it's going to be. It'll probably be one of my top games.
I definitely remember the game. Me and my pal Jason, we played the crap out of that game.
I loved it.
And I actually remember renting that game along with one of the wrestling games. I got 2 games, and me and him we spent a whole day. I remember. Okay, so my mom works at like a gas station,
right?
And so the Pepsi guy would just give her a bunch of free stuff, like stuff that either is going out of date or slightly out of date,
right?
And we had a full tub of like Sierra Mist, And I remember we just Sierra Mist it just went through us quicker than water. I couldn't believe it how much I was peeing that day. But I remember we played the wrestling game, and then we went back and we played some of Dead to Rights, and then we got bored of that and went back to the wrestling game for a while, and we just kind of went back and forth.
Right.
There's only one other... renting games back in the day used to be my thing. I used to love renting games.
I think every old school gamer, that's what they did, because I know a lot of my games were rented. And then I was like, man, I really love this game. I'm going to go buy it.
Sometimes, yes, that would happen. Like, I mentioned how I rented Final Fantasy 9, ended up getting it, and then the day that my dad finally is like, I'm tired of renting this game for you. I'm just going to buy it for you.
Right.
And then that's the day I beat it. And then I told him, and he looked at me, shook his head, and walked away. I'm like, and then I told him, I'm going to replay it. And I did, man. 9's great. I remember spending the night at a buddy's house, and I rented Driver 2, which was, I showed that last week. And then SmackDown 2. And I remember we played Driver 2 for like 5 minutes and put SmackDown in and played it for the rest of the night. It was like all week. Like, there's that arcade wrestling game. It's not like a very simulation style. It's just you running around, just throwing people, fighting, doing stuff. And but I just remember, man, renting games. What's the worst game you've ever rented? I know I'm putting you on the spot, okay?
Oh, Lord.
And don't worry, I'm not singling out any system here, so you don't have to worry about getting that right or wrong. But I actually do have one off the top of my head. And it's a PS2 game.
Man, I'll let you go first. I'm going to be listening, but I'm still deep in thought.
Well, because, I mean, there are certain things that I tie memories to. I mean, I have a pretty decent memory anyway.
Yeah.
But the game is called Disaster Report. And I don't know if you ever heard of it or ever played it. My gosh. Okay, so I can't remember if you're on this island, or this like city of an island or whatever, but you start off and like all these like catastrophes start happening and you have to survive. And you start off on this bridge, and I remember there's like a train car or a bus or something along those lines.
Right.
Careening off of a bridge that got destroyed, and you have to help this girl off of it. And if you walk out too far on the train, well, it falls over and you guys die.
Right.
And then there's no other way to get to her, so you have to try and find a way to get her to safety. And I walk around this place.
I have to look to find the name of this game. I remember what it looks like, but there's no way I can remember the name.
Okay, well, I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, keep talking.
So you have to find a way to get out to her, and there's no other way to her. And like the only other button that I can find, because nothing is doing anything, is to have this guy yell, "Hey!" And she goes, "I'm over here." So I walk around for a half hour going, "Hey! I'm over here! Help! Hey!" I even like would slowly sneak out onto the platform or like in like the train car going, "Hey!" Just like, yelling at her, "Hey! I don't know what to do. Help yourself." The game was so like not intuitive that like there was a rope nearby and you had to use that. But my gosh. That's always a funny story between me and Rob, because that made us laugh so much just walking around yelling that.
Really?
The game was terrible. Just plain. Man, that was just plain terrible. Have you found what you're looking for yet?
Not really.
Well, maybe I can help you out. Do you remember what system?
Starts with an M and it's on NES.
M and it's on any. Oh wow.
I remember the only way that I could even get more than 10 feet on the game was to have a Game Genie. And I ended up getting it in a lot that my dad bought, like a big pack of NES games from a yard sale. Okay. And I remember that was the only way.
I just looked up a list of the entire. Oh, this is ranked from best to worst. I say I don't want them ranked. I want every single list of Nintendo Entertainment System games. This is Wikipedia. It's going to take a while. Actually, it's not too bad. All right. I just lost my page because I was scrolling faster than what it could load. M. We have MC Kids, MULE, Mule, Muscle, Mock Rider, Mad Max, The Moffat Conspiracy, Magic Darts, Magic Johnson's Fast Break, The Magic of Scheherazade, Magician, Magmax, gosh, Major League Baseball, Maniac Mansion, Mappy Land, Marble Madness, Mario Bros, Mario's Missing, Mario's Time Machine, Mechanized Attack, Mega Man 1 through 6, Mendel.
I don't think it was.
Palace.
I think I'm wrong. I don't know. I can't think of the name. I can replay the first level in my head. It's literally a side scroller, obviously, and meteors are falling down, and you try to dodge these meteors as they're falling while traversing a hard platformer that if you were to miss 1 inch, you would die every time.
A lot of platformers back then are just terrible.
It was stupid. I remember some of the levels, like you had to have infinite health on, because you couldn't have infinite lives because you can make it more than 20 feet in each level. It was just insane.
Oh well. I threw it at you pretty randomly. I just sort of thought of it.
It could not start with an M2. So.
Like we were talking about that. Anyway, so have you been playing anything different since the last time we talked?
Yes. Actually, I have some pickups.
You have some pickups. I do not. I hopefully will be picking up a few things tomorrow.
So what I've been playing the most of is Mighty Number 9. And if all you gamers out there, you know that this is a spiritual successor to Mega Man.
Of course, made by Inafune.
Right.
It was kickstarted, really successful Kickstarter.
Really good. Yeah, it did really good.
It kept getting delayed, kept getting delayed, and finally came out. I've heard the PS4 version is a pretty good version to get. The Wii U version, where I was going to get it, is not a good version to get. Apparently, it's very glitchy. So I still don't think I've picked it up at all.
It's a good game. It's hard. It is definitely going back to the Mega Man roots. Man, I'm just off.
You're all about the M's.
I'm all about the M's today. Funny thing is I should have got Mega Man because it's an M. Anywho, it goes back to the Mega Man's, the hard, old school Mega Man style, where basically you have about, if you miss a jump, you start all over. And it's just constantly throwing stuff at you. I've had levels where I've literally sit in here for an hour just to traverse one corner, because if you touch anything, you die, and you can float and then shoot and float and shoot and float. So you got to do that multiple times to make it through this field of electricity.
Right on.
Pain in the ass. But I've played this all the way up to getting to know who the main boss is, the final last guy, but I have not got there yet because that part that I'm talking about made me rage quit. And I've been having problems with the PS4 overheating.
Yeah, dude, what is up with that? So you have a PS4 Pro.
I have a PS4 Pro, and when I first got it, and I do believe that I mentioned on here that it got warm the first couple times I played it, and I was very concerned about it overheating. Well, lo and behold, it is now overheating in the new game room. So I had to put a computer fan on the bottom to keep it cool, because the part that was actually so hot was the bottom. Now, I don't know if the CPU is on the bottom. I don't know. I haven't torn it apart. So I have to prop it up, put a fan on the bottom of it, and have a fan blowing on it to keep it from overheating from a that graphically demanding game like Mega Man is shutting off. So I know that Mega Man's not like, oh my god, the graphics in this are so amazing. You know, it's not 4K. But, and then my other two pickups are Tales of Zelia, or Excel?
Did you drop it? Tales of Exilia.
Exilia. So these are obviously from the Tales series. PS3.
We just talked about these on the podcast.
We did.
A couple episodes ago, because you were talking about getting them, and we looked up prices, and
I became very discouraged.
Well, like, there was a version over in Europe that had both of them packed in,
right,
like one disc.
But I picked them up for $17 a piece.
Yeah, because both of them packed in on the one disc was $40. You mentioned something about wanting to try and track down the collector's editions, and those are way too high.
$80 to $120 a piece, I believe, that we priced them at. So this is a good compromise. They were on, they were the only. Well, there's 2 copies of the first one, but Tales series is really good.
I remember you saying that the last time you were in there, that like the first one was still like close to $25 to $30.
One of them was $42. It was in there for $42 for a very long time. It was the collector's edition of the first one. And it was $42. And then I've seen the regular ones in there for $32 to $24. Somewhere around in there. You know how Disc Replay has pretty odd prices.
Well, see, sometimes they're like in their system, the price goes down, and they don't always get out to stickers.
Right.
And sometimes they make a plain out mistake, because I bought Batman or Arkham Origins.
Right.
And the game was still $32, about $32.99 maybe. And walking through, and I see a copy of it for like $16, $17. And I went, and I see 2 copies, $32.99, $16.99.
16. Looks the same to me.
I walk up there and I get it. The dude scans it and goes, oh, that's not right. And the system still rang up at the time for $32, but because it was priced and printed at 16.
You got it for 16.
I got it for so I got it for that. And they're cool like that, but they don't really make mistakes like that much. And sometimes if you go in there and you see a lower price on one and a more higher one on the other one, that is typically because the price has dropped and they just haven't changed.
Right.
On all of them. I looked up an article about the PS4 Pro having heating problems. basically, it runs a lot hotter while using 4K. And the first tip is to just turn off 4K resolution altogether. If you don't really need it. Good ventilation. They've been reporting PS4 Pro owners have been reporting overheating problems just after using the console for just a day, while some as low as 6 hours only. If the problem persists, it's much better to bring it to the nearest service center and have it replaced with another one.
Where's our nearest service center?
However,
Chicago.
It's reported that hardware damage because of overheating is not covered in the initial warranty or the official warranty.
It's a defect from the system. They should have thought out the fact of long gaming hours, just like the PS4. Every system should be set up for like extremely.
I mean, apparently it's not as widespread as hopefully not causing. It doesn't seem like it's causing as much damage as like the old Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about.
But
I mean, I've got good ventilation. I actually have a fan that now blows up on the bottom of the unit.
Now, has it done it since you put the fan down there?
I haven't ran it long enough. That fan's not very oomphy, but also I haven't ran it with just a small fan on the bottom. Now I run it with a small fan and a box fan. So, yeah. Just be aware, do not put it in a confined space. Mine is in a, what do you think that is? A foot by 30 inches? 24 by 34 inches of the space?
I don't know if it's exactly a foot tall. I would say it's shorter than that. I'd say 9 inches.
Yeah. But it is at least 30. You think? Nah, about 20.
I was going to say it's probably about 20 to 24.
Yeah, so, warning. Make sure it's in a cool spot.
That sucks, dude, because, I mean, when you spend that much on a console, you definitely want to make sure it works. I mean, just ask anybody who bought early 360s. I mean, yeah, Rob got his second hand from his cousin, so when his messed up.
You know what I did to mine that I screwed up? I opened it up.
Since Rob bought his second hand, I opened it up.
See, I opened mine up when it red ringed, and I redid the CPU gel with a cooler one, with a much cooler one. And when I opened it up, I found out it got so hot it had warped the board.
Yeah, they did that.
It was bad. And then when I called them, they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to replace it."
Well, no, because you avoided the warranty
with
opening it.
That was my own fault. Well, actually, I think I called before, and they were giving me grief, and I just went and bought a new one.
I didn't buy a 360 until well after that was done. I think I bought mine in the spring of 2009. I got it in March 2009. Went to Best Buy, picked it up, and I bought mine for one game.
What game was that?
Mass Effect.
I wonder.
Because I already owned the game, and I used Rob's system until it broke, and then I bought another one, or I bought a new one, and obviously for Mass Effect. Slowly bought some other games for it, but that became my Mass Effect machine. That's where I played RE5 with Rob. I mean, he actually bought a new one. He bought the RE5 console of that really that crimson red one.
I bought the Halo one.
The Halo 4 one. See, Nate has the Halo 3, like army green style one. That one looks pretty cool.
I instead of keeping mine, I was letting my roommate use it, and I have a cat.
Yeah, I remember this.
And he jumped on it, and it pulled the whole unit off and slammed it on the ground. I was like, why would you be playing with a cat with a cable connected to it? An Xbox, like he was swinging it. Trying to get him to grab it, and he grabbed it and pulled the whole console off. Intelligence didn't run thick there. Anywho,
yeah. So there is a new system coming out in like 2 weeks.
What new system would that be, sir?
I'm not sure, but we're definitely going to switch into a new topic.
Okay.
Talk about the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Apparently, there has been some leaked documents,
I love rumors.
Well, this isn't necessarily a rumor. Apparently, this is so some of these go back all the way back when it was written or called the NX, but it's the official specs for this damn thing, and the official CPU appears to be a quad-core ARM Cortex A57 with a maximum speed of 2 gigahertz, while the GPU is a Maxwell-based NVIDIA chip, so not the new Pascal architecture, featuring 256 CUDA cores and a 1 gigahertz maximum speed and 1 teraflop of processing power. This lines up with the Digital Foundry report from last year. The console features 4 gigabytes of RAM, shared with the VRAMs. Okay, so basically, it has 4 gigabytes of RAM, but 1 is going to be set aside to run the OS in the background.
Right.
The maximum size of the cartridges are 32. That's been rumored forever.
Been said for a while. Now I want you to go back. Go back up. So this is only running at 1 teraflop. But think about this. That's 1 teraflop of a handheld.
It's a hybrid. It is. Granted, it's a handheld.
It has to be able to run that as a handheld.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the rumors have pretty much confirmed that it's going to get a slight overclock by putting it into the dock.
Right, and that
boost
matches.
It up to 1080p.
That matches with the NVIDIAs, because NVIDIAs are, I mean, any computer console guy knows that you overclock it to get more.
Now, there's another rumor that not in this. I'm going to go to the bottom of this article. I didn't read any of these articles. I'm just bringing them up. Stuff that I've seen. There's a rumor that Nintendo's already working on a new Nintendo Switch, or a Nintendo Switch Pro, like a stronger.
For VR.
Potentially, that might not be exactly what they're doing it, but they could be doing it to release in a couple of years, as everybody bought the Switch. Guess what? More powerful version. I know, dude.
I think they should just think about upping the console again and getting on par with these 4K.
But
consoles.
see, we don't know exactly where that's going to lead. Would that be the handheld is a certain way, and then when it's docked, the dock has like other components in it to make up for that? I don't know. Again, that's all rumor, conjecture. If you do put more stuff in the dock, which would be kind of neat, because then, okay, so those docks are $90 a piece.
Right.
You already have a Switch console. If the new Switch adds nothing into the handheld base of that console, and all the new stuff is in like a new dock to like give it more power, give it more juice, give it more RAM, and so that way, if they want to put a game out,
right,
whatever,
for the new Switch dock, the new Nintendo.
But that would be neat, because then it's like, then you don't have to buy a new system. You're just upgrading your dock.
That would be good, but the thing is that you can, with the NVIDIAs, I mean, as everybody knows, you cannot overclock them to a certain degree. So you're not going to push.
You wouldn't be overclocking it. Like, you would be putting more components into the actual dock, and they would work in conjunction.
Well, hopefully that they have it set up that way already.
I don't think there's another NVIDIA chip in there. I think there's just
because basically you'd have to process everything through that down into that, and then that reprocesses it. It's a double process, and I don't see them do that. I see them just making they might make a whole new quote unquote pro console, but it'll be I bet it'll be at least 3 teraflops. I bet. Hopefully, God please.
I don't know.
Come on, Nintendo.
So Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to have a season pass.
Everything has a season pass now.
Basically, purchasing the expansion will unlock 3 extra treasure chests in the game's Great Plateau area. One of them has a t-shirt with the Switch logo on it that Link can wear during his adventure. The first DLC pack, coming in the summer, will feature a Cave of Trials challenge, access to a hard mode, and a new feature for the in-game map. The second pack will release during the holiday season and will include a new dungeon, a new original story, and additional challenges. Nintendo intends to sell the content as part of an expansion pass only, so you're either paying $20 for all of it, or you'll get none of it at all.
So you can't buy it
in like little pieces.
Like episodic.
Yeah.
It'll be episodic, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Because what they did for Mario Kart 8 is that they had 2 different packs, and you can buy them separately, or you can buy them together. And it looks like
this one's just going to be together. Yeah. Well, $20 is reasonable. I'm not real fond of the T-shirt, but hey, whatever.
It's
hard mode would be interesting. Mm-hmm. That would be interesting.
It's pretty neat because they're going to add a whole new kind of story thing to it. So
yeah, hopefully expands the current story. We can only hope.
Maybe. I mean, that'd be neat. There's also rumors that they could be making a new 2D Zelda game for the Switch. Well, because like the last 2D, I guess one, if you want to call it 2.5D, was Link Between Worlds.
Yes, fantastic.
And, oh yeah, my gosh,
fantastic game.
Love the game. So basically, the only thing that was said is that there's definitely room for a 2D Zelda on the Switch, and I think it'd be cool.
There's room for anything on the Switch, really. I mean, it's up now. It's doing good. Well, it looks like it's going to do good.
I mean, well, all the pre-orders have sold out, so it's definitely going to do good.
It is.
You know, for initial launch. It's all just a matter of them keeping the thing going. And as far as like projecting, because I heard from EA that the FIFA game originally it was reported to be just a port of the 360 version. Because the thing is that when they make FIFA, they have to make so many different versions of that game because so many different FIFA is such a worldwide sport and popular sport that they have to be able to release it in different markets, and because there are some countries that don't get the brand new systems right away or sometimes at all, but like say like Brazil, like I want to say that one of the last PS2 games is is like a FIFA game. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Was it FIFA or Madden?
No,
I want to say it was
FIFA. The last PS2 game released. Google, do your thing. FIFA 14.
Yep, you're right.
So that was released in September of 2013.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's also pretty expensive too if you're looking to collect and get a full. That is just nuts, man. That is freaking nuts. FIFA 14.
It's ridiculous.
Let's do anyway. So they already have some E3 schedules up
for the Switch.
No, for game companies. A couple companies have already announced like what day and times that they're doing stuff.
Already?
For their conference.
In February.
Yeah.
Huh.
We have a couple.
What do we got?
We have EA Saturday, June 10th. Microsoft Sunday, June 11th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And Bethesda is also at June, but we don't have a date yet or a time.
So wow.
So Microsoft is on Sunday. They normally go on early Monday morning.
Yeah.
I want to say this year EA did go. I think EA did early Sunday, and I think Ubisoft did a Sunday, and then Bethesda did a Sunday, and then Monday, Microsoft and Sony, and then Nintendo sort of. I think they just did like a. Did they do like an all Zelda thing?
I think that's all they did was just showed gameplay of Zelda.
Well, like, did they do? Did they even do a direct, or was it just the live stream? I don't remember.
I think it was a direct.
What was it, direct?
I think.
Anyway, what are you looking up?
I am looking up this on the. I'm just looking up on my calendar. I'm not doing anything crazy. Okay. I want to see a specific. No, I don't want to edit that.
That is the second week of June.
Second week of June?
Yep. Okay.
10th, so...
Well, starting at the very end of the second week and going into the third.
So nothing's... What surprises me is the last time Bethesda was on Friday, or the day one.
Well...
They were one of the first... they were the first conference, correct?
Yes, but that was the first year, but then last year it changed.
Right.
Last year EA went first, and then I think Ubisoft went next. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I remember we covered
maybe
it.
Ubisoft went on Monday, but typically Bethesda was they were the first ones in recent years to go. They did Sunday night, and then on Monday Microsoft since forever for so long. It's like Monday morning at like 9.
9, yeah.
9 Pacific, and then so Sony then goes at night.
9. Was it 8 at night?
Something like that. I know that it was, it started pretty late over here on the Eastern.
Well, it was late enough that we would stay at last year until about 11 to watch it as we were throwing down comments at each other. But yeah,
this year, this Microsoft going on Sunday. That's awesome. If Sony goes to Sunday, that'd be great.
It'd be perfect for us.
It would be. It'd be pretty cool. The last bit of news is not a big news. Not a lot of news going on right now. Crash Bandicoot N-Sane trilogy is releasing on the PS4 on June 30th.
They got a hard date. That's good.
And that includes Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3. And that they have been completely redone.
The graphics from the Sony conference looked phenomenal.
It looked good, man.
Looked good. Nice and smooth.
It also adds new save and checkpoint systems and improved bonus levels and time trials. The soundtrack has also been remastered as well.
Huh.
And they got announced. Was it last year? So
yeah,
last year at E3. So then it'll be coming out right after E3.
Yep.
A few weeks after, and for $40. So that's not a bad deal at all.
That's a good deal.
If you like Crash games, and it'll also let a whole new generation of kids and whatnot try the Crash games. And I think that if it sells well, they will make another Crash. Them being Activision, because Activision is the one doing it.
Right.
They own Crash. That's the news.
Woo,
don't have much.
News.
I don't have much at all. One thing I did want to do though is talk about some games that are coming out and kind of gauge our interest. And so we're going to do this system by system.
System by system. Ooh. Now coming out within how many months from now?
How far do you want to go? Do you want to go from?
Let's do 3 months.
3 months.
3 months is a good solid time.
So March, April, May. So we'll go up until the beginning of June.
Yep.
I don't know. See, I could have swore we were going to do something like this, but I can't remember.
We did it on, was it the holiday one? Holiday episode?
I don't remember.
I don't do that.
All right,
let's do this.
PS4.
Bow wow.
All right, PS4. Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin.
The Rhombus.
That comes out next week. Or wait, is it? Yeah, on the 21st.
Wonder what you highlighted there. Ease.
I didn't highlight anything. I went down here. Ease Origin also comes out next week. It's coming out on PS4 and on Vita. I want to say this was released on PC first. I can't remember where this game got released. This isn't a new game. This game's a couple years old, and it is a prequel to Ease 1 and 2.
Right.
Some of these are indie games. Horizon Zero Dawn comes out on the 28th.
Pre-ordered.
For you, I did not pre-order it.
Right. Which, you know what we can do? Here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How to share
games on a PS4. Here you go, sir. Sorry, I had to go back on that one.
That's awesome. Telltale Walking Dead. I thought this was already out. Maybe it's another episode. No, maybe that's the physical disc. See, okay, so what they start. I don't know when they started doing this, but the Telltale games. It might have been the Batman one, where you buy the game. It only has the first episode on it. And you have to download the rest. Yep. Yeah, I heard the Batman game's good. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard it's a little choppy, because it's an old engine that Telltale just hasn't updated, and there's a lot of fighting. So it's like the system is more of an adventure game. So you have quick time events to fight.
Right.
But then apparently you can choose to go about some of the you can choose to go about some of the situations as either Batman or Bruce.
Yeah.
From what I understand, there are there's different consequences or
for each.
For things. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands that releases March 7th. That is the game. It's a big open world in Mexico where you and your buddies. It looked like GTA 5 multiplayer on steroids. Like it's a full They showed it at the is it Ubisoft that does Tom Clancy? They showed it at their press conference last year.
I've never played a Tom Clancy. I played one Tom Clancy game and I did not like it.
Which one?
It was a Ghost Recon. It was one of the first.
This one, we'll have to watch it. We'll have to watch some of the gameplay because it looks cool. I don't know if I'm not, because it's so heavy on multiplayer, but like
that kind of hurts you a lot.
I don't really care about multiplayer.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Star Trek Bridge Crew is supposed to come out. That's that VR game. It's on March 14th.
That would be neat. You're a big Star Trek fan. That would be cool.
It would be cool, but again, that's also multiplayer. So, oh no way, dude! Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload. Okay, so Danganronpa is a series that is on the PS Vita, and it is almost kind of like a more Japanese, weird, quirky Ace Attorney. Like a kind of like a whodunit, killed it type thing.
Yep.
So a combination of 1 and 2 are coming onto the PS4. That's kind of cool. Might have to look into that. That's also March 14th. Mass Effect Andromeda, March 21st, pre-order.
Yeah. I'm still working on swindling that one.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Vikings? Is that like is that from the TV show?
I don't know.
I don't watch that show. I mean, I got nothing against it, but it's just it's a game called This Is the Police.
This is the police.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? Dark Souls 3, Ring City, probably an expansion.
Yep.
MLB The Show coming out
17
on the 28th. The Dark Souls things was also on the 28th as well. And then Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix. That is coming out on
again.
March. These are remastered versions of the ones that were remastered.
Yep. It's another remastering.
But so if you buy this and then you buy 2.8, then you'll have everything that you'll need to play 3 on one system. Because
I might pick that up
2.8, from what I understand, has Birth by Sleep from the PSP. And, dude, I may be wrong about this, but I could have swore I saw it has some sort of reworked version of Dream Drop Distance from the 3DS.
Was it the comic book style or was it like movie? I believe that it wasn't you played through it, but it was like you.
And okay, so for the ones that came out, 1.5 and 2.5, there are 2 playable games on each one.
Right.
And then there's one where you just watch. And then 2.5 or 2.8. I'm sorry, so many freaking things. Wait, what'd I do?
You pushed the T button.
I shouldn't.
Why did you do that?
Oh, yeah. This website is weird. Anyway, we're gonna look it up right here because I don't want to get it wrong. Kingdom Hearts 2.8
PS4
on the PS4. All right, let's go to Wikipedia and see what this is.
Wikipedia.
Okay. 2.8 final chapter prologue includes a high definition remaster of Dream Drop Distance, as well as 2 new pieces of content for the Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts X Black Cover is a cinematic based on Kingdom Hearts X that details events not shown in the original game.
So it's just the...
And the other, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, is an original game that takes place after the events of Dream Drop Distance, with the majority of the story taking place after the events of Birth by Sleep, during the events of Kingdom Hearts. from the perspective of Aqua. Back cover,
so confusing.
Back cover and fragmentary passage are the 10th and 11th installments in the Kingdom Hearts series. Anyway, so
wow.
This you get a PS4 version of Dream Drop Distance to play, which was originally only available on the 3DS.
I think I'll still stay a little step back from the Kingdom Hearts.
Dude, they're a fun game. Okay, so like basically what they're doing is that they're trying to make it to where you can play the entire freaking series on one system,
which is great
because the series has been kind of spread out on different systems.
It has.
You don't need to play every single entry to get the story.
No.
It's just if you are a big fan and want to dive into it completely,
right?
Then it's here for you. I mean, honestly, and I'm just going to spoil it right now. I don't know when we're going to do it, but when we do the PS2 retrospective, Kingdom Hearts 2 is going to be on my top 10 list. Kingdom Hearts 2 is an amazing freaking game.
You know what's going to be on my PS2? None of the above. because I didn't own a PS2 until recently, and I haven't actually completed a game on PS2 completely, excluding. So I do have one, Final Fantasy X, but only to Blitzball. And then I get stuck on Blitzball.
So you never actually completed the game?
I never completed the game. I did start going further into it, but Blitzball's the greatest thing ever. I love Blitzball. It's great. Anyways, it's great. It's gonna be huge.
Huge. Great.
I know them personally. They're great people.
Looking forward here. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, April 4th. Rob likes these games.
Yeah.
Persona 5 pre-ordered April 4th. For Persona 5, if you are on what?
Move this.
I'm moving it because I'm talking.
Okay, go.
I'm getting the collector's edition. Originally, I said I was backing off.
Right.
But if you're on Amazon, it's only like 70 something.
Right.
And then actually for Mass Effect Andromeda, I am getting the deluxe version, which comes with extra digital stuff.
What is the what comes? Let's go ahead and look it up live. What
comes with the Andromeda Deluxe Edition?
No, the collector's edition.
Oh, for Persona?
No, for Andromeda.
You want us to know what comes with the collector's edition?
Yes.
Prepare to be disappointed. I am not buying the collector's edition at all.
Is this the one that doesn't come with the game?
Neither one of them do.
Oh my god.
Neither one of them do. There are two of them.
I don't even, now I don't even want to see it.
Okay. So I'm buying the deluxe edition, which is $70 with the Amazon Prime discount. It is $61.
Right.
So, boom. $100. Collector's edition comes with this,
which is cool. It comes with the move up.
It's the Nomad.
The Nomad.
It comes with the die-cast. For $100, you get a collector's edition die-cast Nomad, 1 to 18 scale, die-cast metal body, fully detailed interior illuminated control panel, powered by 3 AA batteries, not included. Includes a limited edition steelbook case.
Without the game.
No game included.
God. I wonder how many of these have actually sold on pre-order.
Still available.
I wonder why.
Okay.
When you don't put the game in there.
Then they have a bundle edition where you get that and then the game for $160. Guess what?
Still available.
Well, no, I'm just saying you can buy this for $100 and then the game for $60. It's the same price. It doesn't matter. It's the same price. And then for I don't know. There's an old Ron White stand-up skit where they go on holiday, and I don't know if they go to Mexico or they go somewhere, and they are going to try and they're going to go up a mountain.
Yeah.
And like you can take the tram or you can take the donkey. Doesn't matter. It is the same price. And the guy goes, "I'll take the tram."
Right.
Not ride the donkey. Anyway, so the $200 version, you get a remote control version of the Nomad, little off-road vehicle, app controlled using a smart device, your phone, over Wi-Fi, 6-wheel drive with front and rear steering, functioning LEDs and built-in camera, built-in rechargeable battery with USB charge cable, includes a limited edition steelbook case, individually numbered.
Game not included.
Game not included.
And then, I mean, there's a version that's
where you can
260 where you actually get the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck you, EA, on that.
Fuck you, EA. Now, okay. So, this is what you get when you get the deluxe version. For $70, it's $10 more. Or if you pre-order right now on Amazon, it's like $1 more than the original version.
Which is probably what I will do soon.
But if you do not want any of this, you can go ahead and get the original version on Amazon for $48. Now, one thing I do like about it is that there are 2 different covers. So there is the original cover,
right,
which is like the dude with his gun and his like N7 helmet, and then there is the deluxe edition, which him or her. That's male rider with his little like Omni blade out, and
Right.
I just like I kind of like that one because it kind of reminds me of.
And is that the ship in the background there?
Yeah,
I can't see because it's at an angle.
it's a ship. I can't tell what it is.
Okay, because I said I saw a ship, but it doesn't look like the Pathfinder ship.
Okay, so the deluxe edition will get you a Pathfinder casual outfit, scavenger armor, Pathfinder elite weapon set, 4 of them. So 1 of each.
Okay.
Probably your pistol, shotgun, assault rifle, sniper.
sniper.
A pet Pyjack, which is like, you don't remember it because you didn't play Mass Effect 1 or 2. Some levels had like these little like monkeys that ran around. And so you get a pet Pyjack for your ship probably.
I wonder if he follows you around on missions. That'd be sweet.
Probably not missions, no. You get a digital soundtrack, multiplayer deluxe pack, which is a launch pack, which is a $5 value. You get a free pack. It says total value of $20, additional content delivered via code inbox. So a lot of the stuff is just download codes.
Yeah.
But I mean, for $1 extra on top of a normal like price,
It's worth it.
I went and pre-ordered it, and then I like the cover. I like the cover better than the original.
The cover looks good. I like the cover.
So we need to get back to PS4.
Yes. I don't know.
Where am I at? So Persona 5, I'm getting that collector's edition. That's April 4th. Moving down here, anything that looks anything. Lego City Undercover is finally coming to PS4 on April 30th. So anybody who likes Lego games, that game is really good. It's like GTA Lego, but so it's a little not as crazy. Injustice 2 coming out May 16th.
Yep.
It's coming out. That'll be a big release. Sonic Mania is that is the new retro style of Sonic, which I'm actually looking forward to that. I hope they don't mess it up.
Fingers crossed.
It's being made. I don't know who's it's being published by Sega, but it's not Sega who's making it. That is coming out May 31st, and Puyo Puyo Tetris, which that's also going to the Switch.
And Tekken 7.
That's in June. You said
June? Oh, so that's the first game in June.
It's first game in June. We can't go any further. Because now we got to switch over to the Xbox. Halo Wars 2 is out tomorrow as we record this.
17th.
Yeah, on that. So I was going to say that.
Oh, well, you stopped and looked at me because I was just bobbing my head around.
Yeah. I mean, you're bobbing your head around. Halo Wars Definitive Edition comes out next week on Tuesday, or on February 21st. So both of those are coming out. Looks like Halo Wars 2 is already being rated on Metacritic at like an 82. So some people have already played this apparently. 32 people. So they are getting the Resident Evil 7 DLC banned footage too. Yeah. Of course, they are also going to get some of the same ones. Ghost Recon on March 6th. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. So they're getting a version of that on March 7th. Of course, Mass Effect Andromeda. They're getting Don't Starve finally.
Finally getting Don't Starve. I wonder if they're getting all of it or just the first. I don't know.
That's a good question.
See, okay, here's what it's flat out for.
Yeah,
they're getting a new Bulletstorm too.
Yeah, that's being made by Epic Games, so that's actually it's also on PS4.
Yeah, as I say, I thought
yeah.
Micro Machines.
Really, like the only one to really note here that is like not coming out onto like the PS4 are the Halo ones.
Right, and then with the other side of that, Zero Dawn.
Right. Yes, exactly, because that's on PS4.
Yeah.
Now let's look at the Switch. All right, so we've gone over this before, but I'll just go over it again right here. Coming out with the Switch on day one, Just Dance 2017, Zelda Breath of the Wild, 1-2 Switch, World of Goo, Super Bomberman R, I Am Setsuna, Skylanders Imaginators, Human Resource Machine, and Little Inferno. And then coming out on March 17th, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. March 28th, Snake Pass. Again, that's coming out. Like I saw that game on a couple different, on like also on PS4 and Xbox One too. Puyo Puyo Tetris comes out in April on this, so it's gonna hit PS4 later. Mario Kart Deluxe on April 28th. Constructor, it says on April 28th, and then they are also getting Lego City Undercover, a version of that.
Right.
On April 30th. So that is all that is left. I have heard that, if I remember correctly, did they say that, what's that game? Splatoon's going to launch in the summer.
Yes.
And we're going to PC, which we're probably not really going to cover too much because there's a lot of games. This is right down here is just the 21st.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I clicked on it just to be fair.
You gotta go slow.
What is Fog of War?
I don't know.
I don't know. Hey,
No picture.
well, like the name makes me laugh. 911 operator.
There's so many games for PC.
River City Ransom Underground.
Huh. Just how far down are we? Where are we at?
Okay, so we are just hitting March.
We're 2 pages here.
All right, we're just gonna go to the 3DS.
Okay.
We don't have a lot.
Mario Sports.
We have Story of Sessions, Trio of Towns on February 28th. Mario Sports Superstars, March 24th. And then we have Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia on May 19th. And that is it.
Not a whole lot.
No.
I'm really only looking forward to Zero Dawn and Zelda.
We have the Vita.
Yes, the Vita. What do we got for the Vita?
Not much.
Not much again.
Not
Good.
much at all. Ease Origin, again, that's on PS4. I'm looking forward to it. If they release a physical version, I'll definitely pick it up. If not, then I'm gonna lay it back on it till it's cheap.
Right.
Nothing here that I even know what it is.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I was like, man, I don't know any of these.
Some of these, of course, are probably
Japanese release.
well, no, these are American releases.
This is an American release.
But it's like independent games.
Oh, yeah.
Indie games.
Indie games.
And it's like Berserk and the Band of the Hawk is coming from Koei Tecmo on the 21st, but I never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it. So with that being said, like, is there anything in there that was surprising to me? No. Actually, for the Wii U, Zelda Breath of the Wild is coming to the Wii U. Obviously, they're not going to get the DLC pack.
Right.
But they are also getting Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Huh. That'd be interesting.
They've had all the other Sniper games on there. I remember seeing them at Discreet Play and going, interesting. Who makes Sniper? Who releases
I don't know.
City Interactive is who publishes that. That's coming out April 4th. So Zelda is the last Nintendo game released on the Wii U, not necessarily the last game. Games that are currently in, still supposed to be released, that they want to be released, will be coming out for that as well. That's all I got.
That's all there is.
That's all I got, dude. Pretty much there wasn't a whole lot of news.
Nope.
I haven't had any pickups. I barely played FF6 because I haven't had time. I'm hoping I get some time to this weekend.
You should.
I want to put some. I want to do a goal. I want to put 10 hours into that game this weekend.
Have fun with that.
Well, guess what? I'm getting at least a couple hours.
Drive up and down?
Yeah, because I'm not driving, and they're making me sit in the back seat. Gretchen's going.
Oh, okay.
Rob's wife.
Well, then get you some headphones and just...
Well, Wyatt's going to be back there, so hopefully he sleep, and I can just play the game. I'll play my headphones. Guess what? With Game Boy Micro, I can bring headphones.
Yeah.
Unlike the Game Boy Advance SP.
Sure.
With that being said, do you have any recommendations?
Well, if you're a big platformer and you really enjoy the old school style play, definitely Mighty Number 9. I enjoy it a lot. Man, it just, games are not made this way anymore. They're not made in that specific style anymore. So, we're rusty. I'm very rusty on it because everything's precision. This here, this here, this here. You have to know the levels. Well, after that one level that I ended up rage quitting on, I could get to that spot in 2 minutes. I couldn't get past that spot. I think I ended up getting past it and beating the first boss, and then I was like, I'm done. That's an hour of my life there that's just gone on one corner. But if you do like those style of games, I Definitely recommend Mighty Number 9. You could just feel, I mean, Dr. White is the man that made you. A young version. Anyway, what about your recommendation?
All right. I mean, so I've been thinking about these games today, and I don't know why. The Grand Theft Auto trilogy from PS2 and Xbox, like 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, and because eventually we're going to start streaming games, right?
Yes.
Other than doing the podcast, we're going to be doing game videos and streaming games. So I mean, I'm like, man, it'd be fun to stream all those games. Your mic just completely fell.
It did. I heard it when you turned around. Hold on. Okay.
Hopefully that's not too loud. Anyway,
can always be cut out.
Of course, it's video. It's gonna be like, and then it's gonna have like a really big jerk. Anyway, I played all the other games. I played all of them originally on the PS2. They all ended up going to the Xbox, and that is where you should play them. It was on the original Xbox because the graphics are improved and you can do custom soundtracks.
Ooh,
it's fun.
Man, I love that about the Xbox.
Well, see, it was cool. It was cool because you can set it up to where, you know, the custom soundtracks aren't playing throughout the entire thing. It is when music is going to be playing.
Right.
So where does music play when you're driving around GTA? In your car.
Yep.
So you can set up and just drive. You can just put whatever music you wanted on there. And what was cool is that in 3 and San Andreas, it was CDs. Like when you go through your radio stations, it would be CD, and then for Vice City, it was a tape. Yeah. Neat little thing. I mean, just neat little thing that they put in there, and again, it's like the graphics were improved from the PS2 versions. Like they got them later, but they got a better version of them.
Right.
And so, you know what? All right, so I sold my original. I bought a copy of the trilogy after I bought an Xbox in 2005. Is when I bought my Xbox. And so I bought a copy of the trilogy, and then I sold it at some point. I don't know.
It's gonna be loud.
I sold it at some point, and when I went to go rebuy it, I actually bought Matt Milliken's version, the guy that we used to work with.
Matt Milliken's version or Matt Milliken's copy?
Copy, that's what I meant.
I was like, he has his own version? Wow, he's amazing.
He had a copy of it for the original Xbox just sitting around for years and hadn't played it. I bought a brand new copy of the GTA 3 trilogy on PS2 from Walmart 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
For $20. I got all 3 of them.
That's pretty good. San Andreas is a great game.
Well, I mean, what I'm talking about is like when you, at the time when they were coming out, you could buy all 3 of them for about $20 used.
Yeah.
Or buy a brand new one. Like I think it may have been like $17-$18 for them all used.
Right.
Or buy 3, spend a couple more dollars to get a brand new seal. I mean, from Walmart, who has a PS2 anymore other than retro collectors? I mean, then again, who knows? Some people just don't move on for a long time. Some people just go, I had a PS2 like 10 years ago. I'm just gonna go get a PS2. Oh look, they have a brand new copy. I'll just buy that.
Yeah.
So like it's still there. Like so, if you go to Walmart, some of them still have. Like mine still has them.
Right, and you know, some people like to wait until there's a large collection of games for that system, so that when they sit down and like us, we have 2 weeks off. Well, 2 times a year.
Yeah.
If you stay home, you got time to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
You got time to run through all these games. So,
you know what? I'm very surprised you left that hat on this entire time.
It's not a hat. It's an iron helmet from Skyrim.
It's not very irony.
No, it's floppy.
Was that bought in a store, or did it?
No, that came with the Best Buy only collection edition. The only quote unquote collector's edition came with the steelbook and this
of the re-release of Skyrim.
Yep.
Interesting.
And as you know, my wife,
who
who is downstairs currently playing Skyrim at 174 and hasn't even started the main quest yet. That tells you anything. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the podcast. Really appreciate it. Checking us out. Like, as far as we're on podcast services: iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Play. Subscribe to us, download us there. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're not, if you're hearing us, we're also on YouTube. You can watch us. You can see a picture of us and us moving around and being goofy. Because people who listen to this until the very end are not going to know you're ever wearing a Skyrim hat.
I know. It's getting a wee bit warm.
You know what? See, being in the room this week isn't that hot.
Right.
So it's I'm cool, but I'm
well, I had the fans going for about an hour before we started this to cool the room.
I know, but even as just the lights are on and us talking, it's not really getting that bad in here.
No.
And then I can just look over at you and just see man, you're getting hot.
With a wool hat on.
But yeah, guys, check us out on all of the podcast services. Check us out online. Check us out on our Instagram. I've been posting pictures there whenever we put an episode up on there. Game Addicts Play on Twitter. Game Addicts Play on Facebook. Game Addicts Play. And then if you search YouTube for Game Addicts Podcast, this will come up because I, for some reason, cannot name it a channel. Yeah, I don't, because we have 2, 3, 4 subscribers. Again, this is just the YouTube thing. Is just hey, why not film it?
Right.
Hey, and let's just keep rolling and keep going, and then eventually more and more people, then they'll tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. That was the 25th anniversary of Wayne's World yesterday.
What?
Yeah, we're old, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
God, I love that movie.
No, I know.
God.
Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this episode. Check out all the other ones too. All the old ones, they're all there. Wherever you decide to digest us. Until the next time, I'm your host, Brando. He's Player 2 Mike.
I am.
And we'll see you guys later.